Well, good morning, everyone, and happy kickoff to September. We love this season. Me, of course, I love it because of football, but I also love this season for all of you all. This is your peak season for building new clients, having open houses, holiday sales galore that lead to many more new people. It also means a time to grow your team because so many others are looking for ways to shop and save, looking for ways to share and earn. And that's what we are all about today. So, we don't need a big old introduction. We had her last month. We're super thrilled to bring you your second version of Belinda Ellsworth. And next month, stay tuned. We're going to have her here for all consultants as well for a session with her and talking about how to use her planner. So we've got her 3 months in a row. I feel super fortunate and so happy to have you here. We have with us today your very own special session with the best trainer in the world, Belinda Ellsworth. Welcome, Belinda.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to be here with you guys. So let's dive in and let's hit it. So there's a couple of things that I want to address. We're going to talk about team building today. It's going to be our main focus, but I just kind of want to set the stage for that right now with what is really important. So there are two things that are important for you to understand right now, whether you do or you don't. You've got to embrace it and own it. Let's put it that way. So number one, I want everybody to go back to whatever your goals were at the beginning of the year. So whatever that was in January that you said, this is what I want to do this year. Maybe it's where you want to be. Maybe it isn't where you want to be. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take that goal and I want you to minus out whatever you have done between January and August. So whatever that is, I want you to minus it out. What's left? Okay. So what's left is September, October, November, December is 4 months. So I want you to take whatever is left. If you wanted to have $100,000 in sales or $1 million in sales, whatever it is, I want you to minus out what you've done so far and what's left. I want you to divide that by 4. So is that doable? And many of you, you got to stretch a little bit or you got to push a little bit harder. See, what happens is as we go into September and we go into the fall selling season, everything is perspective. Everything is your attitude. Everything is about the way that you see things. So like I can wake up and have one perspective one day, like, oh my gosh, the world's falling apart. What am I going to do? La, 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 la. And then I wake up the next day and I go, oh my gosh, you know what? Things are actually pretty good and pretty doable. And how I choose to see those circumstances, the way I choose to see those circumstances is the way I'm going to behave. That's going to be my actions as I continue to go out. So what's happened with a lot of people is they go, oh my gosh. So I gave an example the other day to a group of people. And I said, if your goal was to sell $50,000, now I'm just using this because this might be an easy one for you guys to see. If you wanted to sell $50,000 in a year, you would need to average about $4,100 a month. Just giving you a good example. Let's pretend that so far you've only done 25,000 of that. So we figured this out. So you got 25,000 left. You divide it by, or 24,000 left. You divide it by the 4 months or even 25, I think is what I did it on. And you got to do $6,100 instead of 41 or $6,200. So then you say to yourself, okay, I can still hit my goal. I just have to do 6,200 in September, October, November, and December. And these are the 4 biggest selling months of the year. And then you push, or you say, you know what? 6,100 is unrealistic. I'm going to reassess my goal. I can sell 5,000 a month for the next 4 months. So maybe you won't end up hitting the goal that you had at the beginning of the year. But if you go into it without a new goal for September, October, November, December, and you stick with your January goal that you have not hit, your perspective is going to be that you are more of a loser and a failure than you are of a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
So we want to be winners.
Right.
You all are winners. So we need to get this perspective. So I want everybody, this is something, Jackie, follow up, man. They need to go back and look at their goals, and then they need to minus out those 8 months. What is left? So that is what I want you to do. If you can stretch yourself and still hit that amount, change your amount and still hit your goal in 4 months, great. If you find that that is impossible, reset your goal. There is nothing wrong about resetting a goal. Goals are benchmarks, my friends. When we give them too much power to own over us, then we don't act in a positive and productive way. We act in a fearful way. So don't just, if you can't do the 6,100, I'm just using that as an example, then say 5,000, reassess your goal. Forget about what you said in January that you wanted to do. Maybe life threw you a couple of curveballs this year. Maybe you couldn't do what you did, what you thought. So what? It's a benchmark. However, if you don't have a benchmark, then you will sit idly and not do much. We need to be moving forward in a positive direction, no matter what that is. So that is your first assignment. Everybody must do this because this is going to determine what you really do accomplish in these next 4 months. Number 2, perspective. This is the holiday season. It started and we're already 5 days in, guys, 5 days in. So we need to get hustling. You cannot let September. I saw everybody writing all these memes on social media. It's like August came and went. Where did it go? Where did August go? Like, man, oh man, oh man. Well, don't be having the same conversation in September. We need to sit down right now and say, okay, if my goal is to do, I'm going to stick with my 5,000, what is that per day? So if you already minus out where you're already at 4 days, and then just get back on track, like right now, what do I need to do then in the rest of these days of September per day? It gives you a really good indicator. Sometimes when you break it down per day, it's really like actually quite amazing. So let's go 5,000. I should have already done all this, but you know me, I think of things just on the fly. That's $166 a day. Can any one of you, by making some customer care calls, by doing some calls, could you do $166 in a day? Could any one of your team members do $166 in a day? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Between a new customer who buys a system, between old customers that are reordering, can you sell? This is all of them collectively. This isn't one customer. Can you do $166 a day? Yes, you can. The reason I'm sharing this little sort of thing with you is because you need to start looking at all of your stuff like this. Guys, I just went through an exercise with a coach myself. We all have to have coaches. I'm coaching you. I got to have a coach, right? And suddenly it was just like, numbers don't lie. Math doesn't lie. If you guys would stick to the math and the numbers and just figure out, what do I really need to do? Suddenly your whole life seems easier. Like when they were showing me my numbers and showing me what I really needed to do to actually get the result I wanted, I was like, I know this, but I needed to be reminded of it. Like, I know I'm a numbers girl beyond anybody's wildest imagination, but if I'm not doing it, it doesn't matter. And I've been a numbers girl for 30 plus years. So I like to pride myself on it. But if I've just decided that I'm not going to pay attention because I've got my head in the sand, because life is tough, because whatever, then I'm not going to do it. So math doesn't lie. Math is the one thing that we can count on that is exact. So when you can say 166, how many customers do I have? What would I need to get in a day? It's like, you know, if you just made 3 calls, you'd probably get $166 in orders. And this isn't just for you. I'm saying this to you, but this is how you're going to coach your team members. You see, when we say a dollar amount seems overwhelming to a lot of people. When you say a customer and then they spend whatever the average ticket amount is, then suddenly you're like, could I call 3 people in a day? Well, yeah, I am capable of that. I am capable of doing that. And so we need to get back to what's an exactness. How many people would you need to reach out to? You know, in order to get 3 orders in a day, would you need to reach 20? I need to make 20 calls a day. I need to send 20 emails a day. Like, you know, you just need to figure out the numbers. What are they? All right. So that is the second thing, is that you've got what you need to do in September, October, November with that goal This is the holiday selling season. This is when people will spend more money than usual. This is when they do gift giving. All the things that Jackie said. What kinds of open houses do you have? What kind of pop-up events do you have? What kind of vendor events are in your area? What are you doing to attract people? You know, instead of calling it a party, like, you know, invite 3 of your friends over for discovery. Do you want to get a makeover? Like I think that sometimes we sell ourselves short. If it's not big, it's like go big or go home. And in today's world, that statement isn't true anymore. It's like, no, slow and steady wins the race. That saying has been out there forever. So it's like, what do you need to schedule in order to get those minimums that you've set for yourself? And this is what we need to stay focused on. Because otherwise you get lost. You just get lost and we get overwhelmed and then we get paralyzed and then we choose to do what? Nothing, when we could have probably reached out to 20 people and said, how are you doing? What do you need? Are you needing anything right now? Can I help you out with your gift giving items right now? You know, do holiday helpers. Reach out to some of your good customers and say, hey, if you can collect 3 orders, I can give you a half price item of your choice. Or if you can get 3 orders, I can give you X. Like, start to build some actual, in doing this, by doing these holiday helpers, guess who these next people are? They're your new consultant. So we don't say, hey, I need a consultant. I need some holiday helpers. Who wants to be my holiday helper? Collect 3 orders. So if you had 10 people that did that, then you would say, great, you actually have qualified for 2 half price items or this free and this, like, because sometimes they'll end up with a party size and then they can get, you know, free products or discounted products. But you just lead with get 3 orders and you get a half price item. So then people are like, okay, I can totally do that. We used to call them, when it wasn't holiday time, we called them order delegates. Hey, how would you like to be a VIP and order delegate? All you got to get is 3 and you can get any half price item you want. People were like, oh, I can totally do that. 3 is an easy number for people. If you try to take it higher than that, they start to think, ooh, I don't know if I can do that. But 3 is a proven number that people go, oh, I know 3 people. So now they come to you and they've got 3 orders totaling, let's say $400. Then you're like, you know what? You could join right now and qualify for your first month of free prizes and rewards. You could make 50% on what you're selling. Like, instead of, I can give you the free products, but I'd rather give you cash. So what do you say? So then some of those order delegates now are going to go, okay, I could do that. We make things too complicated. In fact, for my groups that I have, we always come up with a theme every month, and we have decided to keep it simple September, because we make things so complicated sometimes that then again we end up doing nothing, or we're trying to like do everything convoluted. The third thing that I want to say before I get into team building here, which I am sort of leaning my way into team building right now, if you haven't already figured it out, but third thing, for 75% of people, and even when it's not your anymore, you still tend to fall into the same thing because you did it for so many years. Anybody who has kids that of any age, for 75% of people right now, September marks a new year. This is considered a new year by more people than January is. Why? Because of school. What happens when you go to school? It's a new year. It's a clean slate. It's a do-over. It's a restart. I'm going to come up with new habits. I'm going to come up with a new schedule. I'm going to come up with new systems. I'm going to come up with a new way. I'm going to be a different person. Now, as a kid, did you ever do that? I always was the kid that was like, oh, because I was so super organized, right? I'm going to get my this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create this. And it would last for a little while, then I'd fall short, then I'd get mad at myself, then I would start again. But I loved September because I could start with all new colorful folders, all clean. I could take my notes in them. It made me such a happy person. But moms feel the same way. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad these kids are back in school. Now I can get back to actually doing some stuff. Like, I've been running around all summer. It's been lazy days of summer. I'm so excited to get back into a routine. That's why most parents are actually glad for school to restart again. Now, some of you go, my kids are long gone, grown, and it doesn't matter. But your customers, it matters. Like just because you're not in that 75% right now, everybody else that you're dealing or a lot of your customers that you're dealing with are. And even when people don't have, I've got a college age student. So like you would say, oh, they're out of the house anyways. But you know what? I'm back at it September. New notebooks. I got my new goals. I got my new habits. I got 4 months. I'm going to kick some butt. Like I'm already so excited. And that is because I've done that for year after year after year after year after year. And this is a good time to do it. So that is what I need you to understand. This marks the beginning of the holiday season. This is a new time to hit reset. People are looking for extra holiday cash. People are looking for something different to do because their life has just changed. I've talked to 5 people this week that said, oh my gosh, I'm an empty nester for the first time ever. I've got to find something to do. 5 people in 1 week, my friends. So you need to understand that this is that time of the year. So let's start with, there is 2 things that is going to contribute to your success. I'm sure many of you have heard me talk about it. I talk about it with the planner. I've talked about it in the power hour. I've talked about it like my whole career. I've stuck with these 2 things. I'm going to open up the chat here so I can see it. If anybody can guess what the 2 things are, I'm going to be like, woohoo. You are taking time off, Jackie. Look at that. Love that. Holiday helpers. Anybody know what those 2 things are? Anybody? Post in the chat if you think you know what those 2 things are that are going to contribute to your success. We got nobody. Nobody's going to write anything. Supposed to be participation, guys. Consistency. Consistency is key. Mindset is good. Scheduling is 1. So yay for, we've got, who put that? It flicked in.
Rochelle.
Sandra Farrington got scheduling. There's 1 more. What is it? I'm going to tell you. It's systems. Scheduling and systems. Scheduling and systems is going to take you across the finish line every single time. So let's look at that really quick. Scheduling. Some of the things you guys said, yes, I need to schedule time in for recruiting or sponsoring. I need to schedule time in to do bookings. I need to schedule time in to do my coaching calls with whatever. I need to have scheduled time for prospecting or setting up little discovery calls. Like what? You need to get a new schedule. This is, we're at September 5. You should have did it on September 1. That's okay. Labor Day was September 3rd. I get it. I didn't really start my new schedule until Tuesday of this month. So we're being honest and transparent. It was 2 days ago. It was on the 3rd. That's when I decided to start everything. And then I minused out those first 2 days and said, what do I still have to do the rest of this month to hit my goal? Okay, I know what that is. So this is where I need you to be. So we got to do our schedule. What is your new schedule? What's your new routine? I sat down and made up my new routine. And I have to say that Tuesday through Thursday, I haven't hit it 100%, but guess what I've hit it at about 85 to 90 on a brand new schedule that I set for myself starting on Tuesday. Tuesday, I hit it 100%. So I was really happy with myself. Wednesday, I hit it at about 85. Today, my goal is to hit it at 90. Like I don't know that I'll hit it at 100, but I could before the day is up. But as I gradually ease into this by next Monday, I'm going to be what? Shooting at 100% of my new routine. Now, do things come in and like, happen and you got to but if you have it scheduled, you will get it done. You've heard me say over and over. That's one of my biggest quotes. Besides random acts get random results is what gets scheduled gets done. If you don't schedule it, you won't do it. You will let everything in the world move you aside from it. So that's schedules. Next is a system. And when I train this, I get people they complicate this so much, like with the system. What's the system? And what we want to talk about today, I'm not going to talk about every system, but the main system I'm going to talk about today is how do you promote managers? How are you promoting leaders? And you need that's a system. And we're going to talk about what that system could look like. What other systems do you have? You have a system for follow-up. You should have a system for, and I'm just going to share this, and I don't want anybody going totally crazy wackadoo on me. I'm not saying not to do it at all, but research is coming in, and I said that this was going to happen. The research is coming in from the big dogs in online marketing, and they're like, yes, you can do social media to keep yourself relevant, to let people see like, okay, what is she doing? What's going on? But spending all of your time on social media is not converting to sales. This is where I think many of us get really confused, and now the proof is in the pudding. And now people are going, oh my gosh. Now people are saying, just be consistent on social, just show up on social. It's another way to reach people, but you've got to have other ways to reach people because it's just an interest getter. It's an interest getter. That's it. A lot of looky-loos. It is not converting to sales. Like, so what can you take people from being interested on social to being converting? You've got to do more. You've got to have a system for that. I DM people, then I set up a Zoom, or I do these weekly discovery calls, like let's talk about your skin calls, like come up with some name. That's a system. So like we have a system for acquiring customers. We have our system for follow-up, but I have a system for building managers. I don't know right now if you guys all have one or not, but when I say system, let's talk about what a system is, right? It's something that you do repeatedly without even thinking about. One of the reasons, and I actually just interviewed a gentleman on my call, one of the reasons that some franchises are super successful where other ones aren't, there isn't hardly a single McDonald's that is not successful. I don't know if anybody knows that. It's why it's one of the most expensive franchises that you can buy, but it's almost 100% successful. There is hardly ever a McDonald's. Do you ever see McDonald's close? Are McDonald's closed? Like, you rarely see closing signs on McDonald's. Rarely ever. I want you to think about that. Rarely ever. So why is it that they are consistently successful? Because they have a system that is so ironclad. They have exact follows. It's an assembly line of, this is what you do. This is when you come in. This is how you open. This is how you make these fries. This is how you make this burger. This is how you do this. They have it so, the manual, I've seen the manual. It is so thick, like on, here is what you're doing. So like for leaders, it's just like, here's what you do. For the workers that come in, here's what you do. There is hardly any failing. I want you to think about that. It's got very little to do with location. Now, some might do better if they're in a better location, no doubt about it, because it got more traffic, but there isn't hardly a McDonald's that fails. So what kind of system do you have in place? What assembly line do you have in place? Or are you flying by the seat of your pants? When you get somebody kind of interested, then you follow up with them. So like, you got to go back to what is step one? So step one, and we talked about this last time, kind of at quite a bit of length, but step one is acquiring new customers. It's getting people interested in the product. Many of you have heard me say this, and this even is truer today more than ever. There are less people. I want everybody to hear me on this now. Okay. It doesn't mean there's nothing bad about it. There are less people joining a direct sales company to make extra income than there is to get their products at a discount and to because they like a product. Like, if I like the product and then you tell me you could get 50% off of your own products every single month. I'm sure you have a few friends and family that you'd love to share these good products with. Yeah, I do. Then they'll join. Then they're like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. But if you say, are you looking for some extra holiday cash? You're not going to attract the people that way as much as we used to. There's too many people out there vying for that piece of the pie from you. It's not even all the other direct sales companies. That's who used to be our competition. But now you've got every kind of brand you can think of is looking for affiliates, is looking for consumers. And not only that, but I've got, I must get, because I put myself on a list, I must get 25 a day. Work from home, make extra income. Do you want to make extra income? Just making phone calls. It's like there's too many people out there saying that same pitch. That can't be your pitch. You're totally there's too much competition, and it's not going to attract the people. What's going to attract the people? People want a good brand of product. In fact, what we see and what we know is the better quality of product that you have, the more loyal that people are going to be, and the more people that you're going to attract. And what is better quality for a lot of people? That they've been around for a long time, a brand awareness. It is the ingredients of those products. It's what the products will do for their skin. What kind of result will they get? So this is what we need to stand on, because this is what people are looking for. So step one of promoting a manager is acquiring new customers. And you need to not only train this for yourself, but you need to be training this for your team members. Acquire new customers. How many new customers are they acquiring? Some people get like 5 or 4 customers and then they go, oh, I'm good to go. It's like, no, people are going to buy less. Remember, we've talked about the cycle of a customer. They buy more in the beginning. That is absolutely true. But if we can get people on a system, skincare is a system, right? If I'm on a particular system, then I'm going to order that system probably about every other month. So like, what kind of buying schedule could you kind of get people on? Like skincare, glamour, then maybe a third thing. Maybe it's body products, or what's that third thing? Because by the third month, and I don't know, maybe it's 2 months. Like, when do people run out? But by the third month, I'm going to need to, if you did it by a quarter, this is a system, and I'm just making this up. You guys are so much better at knowing your product line. But what if I said, month 1, you're going to buy your glamour products, spending $100. Month 2, you're going to, skincare, you're going to buy glamour products. And then on month 3, you're going to buy whatever, additional items. You got over 500 items. You can come up with a third category. Then guess what? Rinse and repeat. Your customer now is ready for what? It's time for your skincare. You probably need to replenish some of those things. You're probably out. Next month, it's been 3 months. You probably need glamour products. You're probably needing some more mascara. You're probably needing some concealer. You're probably needing some blush or some foundation or whatever that looks like. Month 3, whatever those extras are. People are going to run out of stuff. And if you think it's more likely, kind of like what we used to do before social media. Yeah. If you guys could go back to what you did before social media, social media is going to, I just read a big old article on it yesterday. I've been listening to a lot of the big gurus. It's going to become less and less relevant. For what? For awareness? No. For people seeing you and then they go, oh, I saw that and I saw it over there and I saw it again. Ooh, I'm going to check that out. Is it going to become less relevant for that? No, but it is less relevant for conversion. That's what I need you to understand. That alone is not converting people. All right, so step 1 is customer. All right, so now I'm going to say to the customer, and I'm going to get them on a little system here. So now I say to my customer, wow, I can see that you really like these products. You're ordering consistently. I'm sure that you have, can you think of 3 people? Can you think of 3 people that, let's stick with 3, right? Can you think of 3 people that would really like these products? That's why the order delegate is so freaking awesome, because you're asking them to go get 3 people who get 3 orders, and then you are going to give them a discounted product. So now they've already got them, and you can say, look at you. You already have 3 people who like this product. You're liking it yourself. And maybe you don't do it in the first month. You try it. But then just because you tried it in the first month doesn't mean that now they did it month 2. Now they decided not to, but they're reordering. And you're saying, okay, now you're reordering. What about your friends that ordered before? Are they ready to order again? This is where you might want to think about becoming a VIP with us. Call it a VIP. Quit calling it a consultant. Because if they come in and be a VIP, it's $400. Like, it's just $400 a month. VIP, if I have $400 in sales a month. If you just worked off of that, how would you like to come in and be a VIP? $400 a month between you and 3 friends, or how many ever friends that you want to buy. We have to agree to disagree, but social media is going to be the only way to shop and build your business a different way. The old way won't allow any company to survive. We can agree to disagree. And what I am telling you is social media going to be a way to attract people? Yes. Does it make you, is there an awareness? Is there relevance? But you can look at, there's only about a 20% conversion rate in Instagram. There's a little bit higher, was a little bit higher conversion rate on TikTok, but that is slowing down. And Facebook, believe it or not, Facebook still has the highest conversion rate of all of them. Like, people sit on Instagram, they don't buy. They just flip. Now, are they going, oh, let me go check out her website? Like, do they just try to go down a rabbit hole a little bit more with you? And if you're leading people somewhere, that's why on Instagram and social media, if you are going to use that as a source, then what are you doing? Like, where are you leading people? All roads have to lead to somewhere. If you're just going on there, like, I'm working with this guy who's a pastry chef right now. And so he's been posting like really cool pictures of food, and people like it, and people are kind of like liking it and stuff. But I'm like, where are you leading them to? Yesterday, he's giving them tips. I'm like, for more great tips, follow me here, or go here. Like, he isn't leading anybody to anywhere, and you've got to lead people to somewhere. So now we're going to say to this person, hey, how would you like to be a VIP? Maybe they come in, they order 300. It's like, if you just ordered 4, like 300 is going to qualify them, but 400 is going to give them what? 50%. How would you like 50% off of your order? This is how we have to talk to people, because right now, guess what? 30 or 50% sounds pretty darn good. People are looking for ways to get discount off their product. How would you like? That's what I would say to every one of my customers. And how would you like 30 to 50% off of your personal orders? And then how would you like to make 30 to 50% off of additional orders from friends and family? Like, people have to find that the business works for them. And then this is what we have done for so long. This is the change. I'm trying to help you here. The change is that we used to recruit people to build a business. That's how we did. If you go back 20 years ago and you look at the trainings that I taught, it was, we're not looking for just customers, glorified customers. Keep them as customers. We are looking for people who are wanting to work, who want to build a business, who want to make money, who want to do this. That is not the case anymore. More and more people have decided that they're doing this as a side hustle. We don't have people doing this full time as much as we did until they do. They don't come into it like that. It evolves into it. And how does it evolve into it? If they do well. So we have to set them up to do well. How do we set them up to do well? With the system. Be a VIP. And then how do they be a VIP? So we share with them, that's just X amount of customers doing this 3-month skincare program. This 3-month ordering cycle. Like, to be a VIP, for them to get 400, how many customers would they need to have per month? Probably 10 to 20. If they had 10 to 20 customers, they would probably get a certain amount of those people on that cycle of ordering $100 a month. Think about that. People spend $100 a month on their personal products all of the time, on glamour products. You know, I might not spend it every month on my glamour. That's why I gave you the 3 cycle, but I need my skincare. That's going to cost me more than 100 typically, right? Then I need some glamour products. That's going to cost me about $100. Then I got to go into what? Now I need whatever those other personal care products are. But now I'm out. So now I got to go back. So on a whole, you end up spending about $100 a month on any one of these things, right? So you need to convert people to a bundle. I now have to find a new way to sponsor the way the kits have been designed. Exactly. We're sponsoring in a way of, hey, come in. Do you like this product? Hey, you know, I would lead with telling your customers. So, because you know, the ones that do it, if you've got customers that don't do it, if they don't want to be a holiday helper, that is the system I would work for the next 4 months. Like, how would you like to be a holiday helper, get some of your products free or at a discount? And then as soon as they do it, say, you know what? Here's another, and I would do as many as I could in September. I would get it so hardcore in September. I would be on it like sticky glue. Like, that's going to be my every day is my goal to get X amount of what? Holiday helpers. And then I'm going to convert those holiday helpers into what? You know what? If you just did this for the next 3 months, you would get your products at 50% discount and every month, and you could actually make some additional income for the holidays. What's that sound like for you? Make it a short term. This is like the system. So now I get one in there, I get another one doing it, I get another one doing it. Now I'm at what? I got 4 people, and now I got to work at, you know, the $2,400. So really you need 6, really 6 at 4 is what? 2,400, but you got yourself. So it's like 5. You need 4 people in yourself at 400 is you're going to hit your amount. So, or 5 people plus yourself, sorry, because 6 times 4 is 2,400. You're going to be hitting your mark right there. It's like, so we got to look at these as numbers. We got to break these down to numbers. What am I trying to sell? Which could go with those kits. What am I focused on? Don't offer 500 products, right? So break it down to what is a good first order. This is a really great skincare system. It's going to run about this. If you're looking for glamour products, maybe you do like in your customer groups, maybe you go in there and you talk about the glamour products, you know, one month, you talk about like the skincare and all the different systems. You totally stick to that and getting people like, yeah, I want that. Then I've got glamour. Then I do my other products, like put them together. Like, here's a good starting order. You got to help people, even customers, with a system, because if you offer everything to them, they do not know where to start. And then they don't order anything because it's overwhelming. So now I've got the people coming in. Then now they're good. I wouldn't even focus them right away on hey, you know what? You come in, you get these customers, and then you can get your 50%, get them to be a VIP. So now they got these customers. You're going to tell them to do the same exact thing. Like, this is a little rinse and repeat with everybody. So those new people, I'm going to say, I'm sure you have a friend that would like to be a VIP. Like, if you start doing the same language over and over about come in, be a customer, get your product at a discount, get one of these kits and get started, make a little bit of extra cash while you're getting your product at a discount. Boom. I do that with the next person. Suddenly you've got 4. Now I can talk to them and say, well, you're sitting at like 1,800 in sales with your customers. And if you just did 2,400, you'll actually get promoted. And they go, oh, well, that's just a little bit extra. So what does that mean? 1 more customer, 2 more customers, or like remember, I used to train this a long time ago. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. So throw it out there. If it's offensive to you, so be it. But, you know, I used to tell people when they had a team and they wanted to get higher sales, like 2,400 in sales or 20,000 in sales, they would be like, how can I get the team that I have to do more? And so then they would push that team to like sell more, do more. And I'm like, no, like, think about a cow. Like, you can only get so much milk out of a cow. So like, you don't need to try to get more milk out of that cow. You need to get more cows. If you wanted more milk, the easiest way to get more milk in a day is to what? Get more cows. I remember one time I did a conference for Pampered Chef, and it was when Beanie Babies were huge, and you all remember them, those little Thai animals, and they all went out. I had people sending me pictures, whole groups with 30, 40 cows. So everybody got hung on it. But you know what? It caused everybody to think about it. It was a silly thing, but it caused everybody to go, yeah, who can I get? I need some more people. I need some more people. Now, same thing is true. We just got to keep saying, okay, here's a customer, get them a VIP. Maybe they don't want to be, maybe they don't want to get their product at a discount. Then I get a new customer. So like the feed is new customers. So how are you getting new customers? And you should say to yourself, okay, how many new customers a day would I like to have? Like, you know, is it one? How many would you like to have in a week? You know, so if you want to have 5 new customers in a month, how many is that in a week? It's 1.5. So like maybe 2 a week. I want 8 new customers a month. That's not hard to do. But if you don't have it as a goal, then you just say, oh, let me see if I can get a new customer. And you wait to the end of the month and maybe you got 3. But if you said, I got to get 2 in a week, now I'm talking to people every day and I'm looking to get a new customer. Now I'm more focused. So if out of those, and then pretty soon when you get good at that, you'll learn ways to what? Get more. Like I can get more than this. And then I'm going to turn that person. So not every single one of those people that become a customer is going to then want to join and get their product at a discount. But probably if you position it correctly, about 50% of them will. And here's why I say this to you. Because there was a network marketing company that I worked with several years ago. And they were really just about, you know, auto ship and whatever. And they didn't do parties. They didn't do any of that. But one of these gals who had been with me in another company, like following me and following my trainings, and she had been in the party plan industry, she said, all right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do these little, I forget what she called them, something hour, herbal hours. And she's going to go in and she's going to teach this. And then she, at the end of it, said, now you've got 3 ways that you can purchase your product today. You can purchase it at full retail. You can become a club buyer and you can buy it at this price, or you can choose to become a VIP and you can choose to buy it and get 50% off or 30% off. And she just did the pitch and made those 3 things available. And guess what? A small percentage took level 1. A few more people took level 2, and more than 50% of people took level 3 when they were just presented it that way. She didn't present it any other way. She didn't present it like you can make extra income, you can build a team, you can grow, you can have all these opportunities. No, it's like, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm sure you have fallen in love with many of our products, and now you're wanting to get started because you can see they're going to be healthier for you, healthier for your skin. La, 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 la. So you got 3 ways to purchase today. Bam, bam, bam. And everybody picked one. She had the fastest growing group out of the entire company, to the point where they were going, what the world are you doing? And she said, I'm just doing these little discoveries. And, you know, and then I am asking each of those clients how they want to make their purchase. How do you want to make your purchase? A, B, or C? Hardly anybody chose A. People don't want to just say, oh, okay, I'll pay full retail every month. Why not? So you've got A, which is retail. You've got B, which is your club members, right? I don't know. Isn't that correct, Jackie? Isn't there a customer loyalty sort of program?
Yes, we are launching it with our new website. There will be client loyalty programs. Yes.
Okay. So that's B. And then C is, or get it at 30 to 50% discount and start to earn cash back on any other people you share it with. Like, we got to talk in the language that people are accustomed to right now. People hear discount, cash back. I get cash is what? Commission. So that's how I sponsored 5 at a 7-person party at Works. Thank you, Mona. I love confirmation. That is a system, my friends. And if you do that, and then you are constantly bringing in what? People at C. Now I go to those people and I say, okay, if you just do 400, this jumpstart, you're going to get all these extra rewards. Why would you want to leave those on the table? This is part 2 of the system. So now I'm going to get them into a habit of what? Getting some more customers themselves. And I'm going to start talking to them about the same thing. Here's how to offer this to your customers, ABC. I got to give them the simple system. So I give them the simple system. And now they say, oh, I can get 4 or 5 people, 6 people. Okay, look at you, Jackie. You're so close to the 2,400. All you got to do is that, and you're going to make an additional 11%. She goes, what? Yeah. Oh, holy cow. Okay, I can do this. I can get a couple more customers. In the old days, we brought people in, we explained the entire comp plan to them. We tried to cast a vision for becoming District 4 ambassador, whatever. And you want to know what? People are like, yeah, no, that's not for me. I don't have an interest in that. What people have an interest in right now is being an A, B, or C. Then they're a C. Then they have an interest of how could I even get more every month? How could I make a little bit of cash back? And how could I keep my 50% discount every single month? Because why do I want 30 when I can get 50? That's how you need to talk to people. Why would you want 30 when you can get 50 with just a little bit more effort? So they do a little bit more effort and then they're like, holy cow, I can totally do this. So because your goal, and you all know this, you've heard me teach this. I teach this in the Power Hour for Leaders. So if anybody is new to that, don't know that system, I used to say you need to spend time on what? Building my managers, and then I need to spend time on getting those people to my advanced leaders, and then on. So I don't even want you to focus on that. What if how many managers have you promoted so far this year? Like, what if suddenly you started doing this system? That's all I want you to focus on is this piece of it. And then you can obviously use this same system to get some of your people to now become a manager. But if you just worked on that, new customers, and then offered them this, and then got people, and then said, okay, now you could do the same exact thing that I did with you. And now you can be that. What if I promoted 1 manager, 2 managers, 3 managers, 4 managers? What if you promoted 5 managers, in the year, or 10? What if you promoted 10? I don't even want you to worry so much about the upper end of the comp plan, because guess what happens? If you start promoting all those people, you'll start to move up. Then you can start to look at the comp plan. If you have a girl on your team, a lady on your team that does that, then I can sit down with her and start to go over it. One of the things that leaders in this industry have said is, it wastes too much of my time explaining everything to a brand new person, training them, giving them all the information, and then they end up doing nothing. It's not worth my time. Well, that's a crazy statement to begin with, because it is. Not everybody's going to be at 100%. But then why put all that time in? Why don't you just say, hey, come on in, get your product in one of these 3 ways. Now you could become this. And give them a little bit more, feed them, spoon them, because nobody wants a ton of information, a fire hose of information anymore. They want small snippets of information. So is there any questions on this? I saw a few comments, but any questions? Jackie, do you have anything you want to add? Then we can sort of build off of it.
No, I think the key approach, what would you all say? What are your top takeaways you're hearing from this today, or questions you have? Let me go to you guys. What are your top simple systems you're hearing that could elevate growing your team? Go ahead.
Holiday helpers. Holiday helpers is amazing. And I don't know, I was able to finally stop at my destination and take some notes, but the whole offer, the 3 ways to purchase. It just makes it very simple and easy.
Okay, excellent. And we're seeing this as well, ABC offer. Again, I think, Belinda, your words are so true. The world has shifted. and we have to talk their language, right? So again, keeping it so simple, but clients do have a choice. If you don't give them the choice, someone else will, right? Because this is the language out there with direct sales today. Again, I know, Belinda, we're seeing affiliates, right? We're even calling, when you go into the new website, we're calling our consultants the insiders because we're not using the same language, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
so don't get stuck on how many managers do I need? If everyone focused on one key thing, growing customers, trust your products. You have 500 of the best products. You have the quality that Belinda's talking about. And you have the best compensation plan. Belinda, you're out there in the industry. How often do you hear 30 as the lowest and 50 as the norm?
I do not anymore. And in
Exactly.
fact, many companies have moved away from that. And in order to get even 40% now, you got to sell 5,000 in a month personally.
Right.
10,000 in a month. One company to get 50% would sell 10,000 in a month and you can get 50%. So when you can get 50% doing $400 in a month, there isn't anybody else out there doing it. That is what I can say without a shadow of a doubt. And in the companies that did even offer, this is what I'm hearing, like behind closed doors. It's like, you know what? Paying them 25% was too much. Let's pay them 15% unless they order 1,000, and then we'll give them 25%. I need you to understand this. This is what's common out there. And you are at 30% or you are at 50%. And let's face it, you know, do I really need 50% off of my home goods or things for my kitchen or my cupboards every month? Do I need 50% off forever and ever and ever? But do I want 50% off of my skincare that I'm going to buy no matter what? Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm going to be nice and not swear. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I want that. Absolutely. And that's what you have. You got to start just looking at, what do I have? What do people want? People want a good quality skincare. Skincare has become the bomb diggity again. Like skincare and glamour, you can't go on Instagram or TikTok without watching people putting their makeup on. You know, in fact, that's all there is. Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about whatever. And I'm sitting there watching this going, this woman is an idiot. But watch the entire thing. Why? I don't know. It's mesmerizing. It's interesting. I want to know, is there something I'm missing? So honest to goodness, you couldn't be in a better product line. Like, and to have that product line have 60 years of experience behind them or whatever it is. Isn't it 60?
Yes, we're at
Okay.
68.
All right.
Yep.
60 plus years, just say 60 plus years of experience and the finest skincare. And we are constantly changing that and evolving to meet the needs of what's not only trending, but what is healthy for your skin. And that's why we have this brand new line. And I'm so excited about it. You've got to speak their language. People want things that are trending and people want things that are going to be healthy for them.
That's right.
And the bottom line is there's a huge amount of people that care about healthy for their skin, but there's more people that say, just make me look young.
Yes, self-care. Michelle Ainsworth, did you have something you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say, I mean, I think all of us a lot of us have been in for a long time, but we just have to go back to what we used to do, back to, I've said this for years, back to our basic thing that we actually just follow these basic things that we tried and told people and just really keep the relationships together, meet people. And, I don't know, it's just easy. It's kind of like when we done the color thing with Jackie Al's. You go back and you try. We knew how to do that. We know how to do that, but it gets you so excited about going back and just doing the basic things that we all really know what to do, and to take these notes and just explain to them. But we do have the best, company and the profits and stuff like that they can make. So it's exciting. Thank you, Belinda.
Oh gosh, you're so welcome. I see how complicated it is, and I even see it with my own business. We've complicated things and spent time hustling on things that didn't bring us a result. Where if you stuck to what does bring the result, what does bring the result, it's completely different. And even for me selling planners, it's like getting it in front of a group of people that actually want to have a higher productivity rate, that actually want to maintain their schedule, that want to have somebody to tell them what to do, that actually want to see their income increase, instead of like, oh, what kind of cute post or video can I make over here, which didn't create any sales, and I spent lots of money. And I know that, and again, I'm not telling you to quit doing social. That is not my advice. I'm not going to quit doing social. Like, I've got to be relevant and I got to be present. But I can tell you this. I talked to a gentleman that ended up going he was selling on Amazon, but then somebody said, you could make more. You wouldn't have to give Amazon your fee. And you could just sell and do ads and do social and attract people, and you will make more. And his difference of how much he made was 400,000 to 150,000. The 400,000 on Amazon without doing all of that, any of the social and any of the stuff, and then spending all the money, the time, and the energy, and trying to do it just all on his own. Now you're going, okay, well, Amazon helped him. But yeah, he moved and shifted to doing 100% social media. And so then he said, there's got to be a happy medium here. I can attract new people on social and drive them to my website, and or drive them whatever. But he needed to stick to what he did. That's my point of this story. We don't want to get so sidetracked in spending our whole entire day. I am talking about people telling you to post 3 times a day, people telling you to do at least 7 to 8 reels a day. Like, this is not good advice anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Simple. Keep it simple. I post 4 times a week on social. I like to post maybe once a day, and I've got a system and I have them all pre-scheduled. I like to go live at least once a week in my group. I like to go live twice a week in my group because I see a better result. Like, come up with whatever your little system is, but don't spend all of your energy creating all of this content and editing and all of this stuff when you could pick up the phone and ask somebody if they'd like to be a customer. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So I want to make sure everybody is clear on the differences of what I mean with that.
Well, and Belinda, we love it. To sum up today, everyone, we want to say a great big thank you to Belinda Ellsworth for always bringing us a power hour to reshift into the best season of the year. Today launches the best website possible. We can't wait because it's easy to share the link, and this website will help your new VIP insiders really truly have a way to generate business with that website. So it's perfect timing, perfect season. And we love what you started with, Belinda. KISS. Keep it simple September. You couldn't have started it more perfect. And you always bring us back to the basics, setting goals, planning and scheduling your time, and making systems. Without it, we're all over the pages. So thank you, Belinda Ellsworth. We wish you the best. And ladies and gentlemen, we will have Belinda Ellsworth back for our consultants with a kickoff to her planner, which will be October 8th. So we look forward to that. That will be at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So we look forward to having you back with us again, Belinda. Thank you again for your incredible wisdom today. Bye, Belinda.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.